Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about today is the Utah tribal groups. So I'm going to show you guys a map of Utah. Tell me if this, oh no, it's not backwards to you. Perfect. Okay, so as you can see in this map of Utah, you can see the general boundaries between the 5 Utah tribes. They're not perfectly, like the boundaries between them are not perfect, as in this is the boundary and they never ever cross, or it never ever moves, and is not a definite defining boundary, but it's kind of the general area of the boundaries between these tribal groups. So I'm going to go over to my map over here. So basically in Utah, you'll have, and okay, there we go. So for Utah, oh no, this one is backwards. Let me see if I can switch my camera. There we go. This is better. So here's Utah. Okay. So you have most of Utah plus also most of Colorado. The Shoshone are a pretty large area. They've got even top of Colorado here and even into Nevada. So they're just kind of like this whole area, even up into there. The Goshute have a pretty small area, but they do go into Nevada. Paiutes, they go a lot into Nevada. And then the Navajo are mostly down here, but they do have that little section right here of Utah that we see. One thing that connects these 5 tribes together is this whole area right here have a similar language family. And this is the language family that's called Uto-Aztecan. So this Uto-Aztecan language family, they're similar in the way that like kind of Italian and Spanish are similar. They're the same language family because regionally they come from the same area, but they're distinct different languages. So the Uto-Aztecan languages, there's a bunch of them all in that area that we were looking at, and they all have different languages, but they'll have similar features. And so when they're putting the US and all of the Americas into language groups, that is a language group that we are at here, and that's what the Utah tribes are part of the Uto-Aztecan language groups. Another diagram I wanted to show you, I left it here, is this is kind of out of order. It's not something I was meaning to show you guys yet, but we will anyways. Oh, I think you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys see that backwards or not. Oh no, you can't. So it's the perfect way. Okay, so this is showing about the evolution of the Shoshone. So at the bottom, you'll see the Ute. Ute are part of the Shoshone Nation. They are one of the 5 groups that make up the Shoshone Nation. And if you look at these groups, you've got the Snake, which are kind of the Shoshone proper. You've got the Bannock, the Ute, the Comanche, and the Paiute. So those are all part of the Shoshone Nation. And then looking up at the top, you can see that the Shoshone Nation come from the Nakoni, and the Nakoni, along with the Aztec and the Hopi, are part of the Chickimec, sorry, or the Dog people. So this is just showing like all the different families that these tribes really come from, and we can see where the Ute tribe comes from, and then Shoshone and Paiute, two other Utah tribes, are also within the same nation, same family. So that's all. Oh yeah, actually, this is the next thing I wanted to say, is how many of these did you guys already know about? So go ahead and tell me which ones of these you guys are, like, how many of these did you guys know about? So as soon as you look at them all, tell me which ones did you already know about these Utah tribes, that they were Utah tribes. So go ahead and just tell me which ones.
I knew about the Utes
Okay, Utes, any others or just Utes?
and the Navajo.
Navajo, okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right, Sierra, which ones did you already know about?
Just Utes.
Okay. So these are, do you guys remember ever hearing about the Shoshone or Paiute or Goshute before?
Yeah.
So Navajo is probably one of the most common ones. Navajo and Shoshone are the two that we hear about the most, and that's because we have, I guess, I mean, we have a lot of connections to the Shoshone here at the Ute Tribe Reservation, but also a lot of the culture got diffused between Plains tribes and the Ute tribe through the Shoshone. So that's that connection there. There's a big connection there. The Ute and the Navajo have a connection, whereas it's mostly due to land disputes. When the Ute were here originally, the Navajo came in and started settling in the area, and up and more, and that's where this, the conflict started happening, is whose land is whose. And the Paiute, we had the Utes had some confrontations with, which you're going to hear about this tomorrow in tomorrow's lesson. Mostly the Utes took advantage of the Paiute. Paiute were very peaceful. The Utes were very aggressive compared to other Utah tribes. The Goshute, there wasn't a lot of there's not a lot of history between the Ute and the Goshute. Goshute's pretty smaller, a much smaller tribe, and kind of kept to themselves a little bit. So all that we did today for the rest of class, and I'm going to show you guys, this is what we missed. My first hour, or my first class that we had just barely, they were working on putting this puzzle together. Obviously they did not finish, but they were trying. Look, see, there's another piece right there, just that connection. So that's what we did for the rest of class. So I guess what we're going to do for you guys, oh, that doesn't go there. No wonder it wasn't fitting. That doesn't go there. For you guys, for the rest of class, I'm just going to be putting this together. And until it's all put together, I want you guys to, there we go. Okay, I want you guys to be working on any makeup work that you have for my class. So finishing any assignments that you guys do not have turned in. And then I'm trying to remember what each of you guys have left to turn in, but I don't know where all these are supposed to go. These have to be wrong. Anyways, so yeah, you guys are just going to be working on that right now while these are getting put together. So go ahead and work on any missing work. I'm going to see if there's anything that you guys need to turn in specifically. I'll pause recording for this. Where's my mouse? There it is. While you guys are going to be working on that, I'll be putting this puzzle together so you guys can, I guess I won't record it because nobody watching this later on is going to want to watch me put a puzzle together. So I won't torture people. Okay, guys, go ahead and look back at your Zoom screen real quick. I'm going to show you guys. This is actually the first time that I've had a class put this puzzle together. And right now I'm thinking that they made a mistake or something with this map because there's 4 pieces that don't fit. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah, these 4 pieces don't fit. Kind of look like they could, but no, they don't fit. anywhere. Anyways, that's not relevant though. Okay. So let's try to get the glare out of the way. So these are the tribal nations of Utah. You can see the, now there's so many different spellings and pronunciations of these tribal names. So, if you've heard of something different, that's okay. That doesn't mean one is wrong. That doesn't mean one is right. They could be both, all of them could be correct. Anyway, so we see at the top, Northern Shoshone up here, Eastern Band, Northern Shoshone, and then, there's more Shoshone besides that, but Chief Washaki is a very famous chief from the Shoshone tribe. Go Shoot. There's a picture of the Go Shoot woman and the child. And then we've got Southern Paiute right here. And all sorts of Southern Paiute bands down there. And then we have the Dene, the Navajo, and then we've got the Ute tribes of the Wiiminute, Kapota, and then up here through the rest of the Ute bands that are up here. These are part of the 12 original bands of the Ute tribe. This one had kind of disappeared, but Timpanawatch, Yadputka, Uinta, and then Nuns or Nooch, really. Yeah. And then this is a spelling I've never seen before either. So, people have their own sorts of spellings. There's Chief Ore and his wife, Chipita. So anyway, so that's what we were doing today in class. So there's not really anything else. And I think class is over in just a few minutes. So do any of you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll have a kind of more, I guess, harder day tomorrow, not so much free time, but for those who weren't here for class today is basically puzzle day. So, okay. All right. If you have no questions for me, you are welcome to jump off and go to your next class, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.